Alrighty, y'all. Let me get that music paused. We are live for the Los Angeles Kings at the Minnesota Wild. Not sure what to expect. I believe both teams are 1-0-1, so I'm thinking it should be a good game. To be honest with you, I would have preferred to watch Who did Tampa play today? The Tampa game. But I did not even look because it's Monday. Hockey games start at 4, maybe 3. I wasn't expecting the first game to be like I checked and half the games were done. Okay, so LA is 1-2, Minnesota is 1-1. But figured that would be a better game than Utah and Chicago or St. Louis, Vancouver. Watched a little bit of the Devils Blues Jackets game. Didn't really pay attention. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yo, what up, Mercs? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, what was I looking at? Yeah, the Tampa Boston game. I wanted to watch that, but by the time I checked the schedule for today, the game was over. I wanted to stay up to watch the press conference from overseas, and so I ended up staying up hella late. Yeah, yeah, you did, Mercs. It was cool that your kid got a medal. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I know you said top 75. Yeah, man, I was up late as hell. I didn't set an alarm. Ended up waking up like almost noon. It was a random day. So yeah, again, I'm not exactly sure what to expect here. Um, Thinking LA will win it. However, again, I didn't realize LA was had 2 losses. I thought they were 1-0-1. Kids, man, I just want to go and tell his son got a medal. Yeah, nah, dude, that's awesome, man. Big shout out to your kid, because that's cool, man. Like I said, that's an early reward for doing a lot of work. So, okay, he got 60th. Nice. That's even better because it's not like he didn't just barely get in. He got in ahead of some people. So yeah, I said a nice little early reward. Good lesson to learn in life, putting in the hard work. And now hopefully he's motivated to go bust ass all year to go back next time and crush that 60th spot. All right. Really jumping around all day. Dude, that's awesome. Like I said, dude, that's fantastic. Taking a quick look at they don't have a starting lineup. Man, we played them last year, and I only remember a handful of these guys from Minnesota. And I don't know where I put my water. Total sidebar, man. I mixed right before I came on. I mixed a couple of got back burnt out on the ice. Nice. Dude, I've been busy all day doing stuff around the house. And finally sat down, grabbed a couple of bags that I had laying around. We'll do a little wink wink on that. And just mixed it together and enjoyed myself before hopping on. Holy shit. That is. I need to write down this combination. Because, wow. This is some good shit. All right. I got to actually look at this. We're still waiting for the game to start. But my thing keeps saying set the audio bit rate to 128. I did. Current bit rate is 0, lower than the recommended bit rate. Okay, then why are you telling me? It's like, hey, we recommend you use this bit rate. So we're letting you know that you're using that bit rate. Finishing unpacking for the trip. Now I'm having tons of fun. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm a little bummed out. My buddy came back. Well, that's not why I'm bummed out. But nah, like that dog Biggie. See, I have my boy Bandit. I lost him 2 years ago in August. And it's just, I mean, I had him for half my life. And so it's still weird not having him around. And then he went and got this dog. And this Biggie does a lot that reminds me of Bandit. And so hanging out with him is a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoy being around. Like, we don't have any animals in the house, and we've had we've had cats and dogs my entire life. I appreciate that, Mercs. Like I said, the monkey in the back was his favorite toy, and he's sitting on top of Bandit now. So I still got him here with me. So it's all good. But I do miss him, and being around Biggie is just a lot of fun. Going for walks, playing tug of war with him, just belly scratches, and it's funny though because he's big enough to open doors, and they have door handles instead of knobs, and so I left. He lives like he lives 3/4 of a mile away. And that's because there's a gate right here with there's no way to go straight. If I could go straight, it'd be like 1/3 of a mile. But you have to go around. And so I came back to the house, did some laundry or something, went back over there. And because I go through his garage instead of using a key or anything. And when the garage opened, here's Biggie's head popping out from under the door. Like, what the hell are you doing in here? And so, no idea how long he was in there. Like, so the next time I left, I had to, like, stick my hand in and pull a door or a chair with me so I could block the door so that he couldn't get to the handle. It was a disaster, but it was so much fun. Only a couple days this time. I watched him for like 2 weeks last year, or 2 years ago, something like that. I think it was last year. All right, Minnesota able to swat the puck away at the blue line. See if they're able to maintain any position. LA was already back. And puck deflects up and out of play. Like I said, I really don't know what to expect with this game. I'm usually looking forward more to Boston and Vegas, but Boston has dumped a bunch of their teams, so it's not the same guys. Say, look, is a bad word. Yeah. In the basement, we all know how that goes. Oh, yeah, buddy. Hey, man, that's a great thing to be addicted to. For sure, man. Enjoy your time with your kids. No rush back. We'll be here. Probably bust out the bourbon in the second period or so. LA trying to work their way out of the zone, just playing a little back and forth, and Kempe resets. Back and forth. They're just really burning down clock in their own zone. Here we go. LA breaking through, shot from the top of the low circle. And who's in net for Minnesota? Wallstedt makes a nice easy block. Unfortunately for him, the rebound came right out front, but nobody was there yet. There was no one else crashing the net, so it was easy to cover up. But he's going to have to watch, especially with LA, he's going to have to watch those rebounds coming straight back out to the middle. Kings able to get it into the Minnesota zone, but they don't get deep before they're stopped. Gnawed all the way across the ice. Puck gets dumped in. Wallstedt plays it to the high corner, up around the high boards. Minnesota's going to clear. A little bit of a bouncing puck. They're not able to control it into the zone. They do get it back, though. And the Wild reset. Across the red line into the LA zone on the low boards. Throwing it all the way around. High corner. Swing and a miss, trying to get it back below the net. LA's going to clear. A little bit of contact down below behind the play. Ooh, wow, big turnover shot. Misses the net. I'm pretty sure, a couple guys going at it. I'm pretty sure Turncoat got a stick on it to send it up in the air. I can't remember his actual name. Chakotay. We'll just stick with Turncoat, just because I'm too stupid to understand how to pronounce that name. Face off in the LA zone, and after a scrum, the Wild come away with it. Nope. LA going back the other way. Lafreniere gets clear. LA again playing back and forth in their own zone. Quick break up ahead to get through. Down to the low wall, low point. Towards the net, it's a stick up high and deflects into the top corner. Good stop by LA at the high point. But they are going to go for a change. Wild not doing well with controlling the puck or protecting the puck at all. LA right back in. Byfield trying to feed it between the legs of the captain. Puck hits the skate, goes back the other way. Minnesota trying to break in with an opportunity. Back behind the net. Back all the way to the point. Quick little move. And the swing misses wide. Oh, it's Faber with the wild shot. Big turnover, big shot. Puck blocked out high. Another opportunity across the crease. Kaprizov couldn't get to it. That didn't sound right, but right? No. Yeah, no, Kaprizov. I was right. LA swinging around the high boards out of their own zone. Sorry, low boards out of their own zone. Wild go right back the other way. Puck's deflected out of play from neutral. All right. Baldy, Trennan, Erickson, Foligno. All right, I do remember a couple of these guys. Middleton. Okay, it was Faber, Middleton, Bogosian, Bowden, Spurgeon. I'm not going to do good with these names, but we got all season to try to figure it out. Puck from neutral hits the back of his own man's skate, and the Wild turn it over at the red line. Dude, Minnesota is not doing well with the puck. They're not controlling. Their passes are sloppy. They're with another pass into the skates of the opponent and leading to a turnover. They have to figure out how to take control of the puck. You know, one second. Ooh, much better. All right, so far shots are 2-0, but it looks like Minnesota is going on a power play. Interference penalty on LA. Let's take a look. I mean, it's obviously a pick. He tried to play it off like, "Oh, pass it here." No, that was obviously a pick. That was like should have been called against Kansas City type of pick right there. What up, Dark Star? How you doing? All right. Nothing really exciting happening. I'm not going to lie. Like, LA definitely looks like the better team, but that's not really saying much with how the first 6 minutes have gone. And as I say that, Minnesota ices the puck with a minute 26 to go on their power play. Yeah, I'm going to have to find a replay. I think I actually, either on the box or somewhere, I think I'd be able to find a replay of Tampa and Boston. Or, yeah. Which, like I was saying earlier, Boston has just changed up their team so much. It's not quite the same rivalry, but it's still Tampa and Boston. Oh, coming in, trying to pass across the center, tripped up. How is that not a penalty? Looked to me like he took out his skates. Puck in the high boards. Bad. Ooh. Puck's flipped out, goes off the board, stays in. LA did a bad job. Had a bad deflection. Wild right back in, taking it to the low corner. 35 seconds to go on the man advantage. All the way around the high boards. It's going to go all the way back to Wellstedt. Kaprizov resetting behind his own net. To the high wall, cutting across right at neutral, leaves it. Minnesota's in to the high corner. Puck's going to come to the low point. Back to the low corner, trying to feed it out front. A stick deflects it. That is going to wrap it up for the Minnesota power play. Not a lot going. Had a little bit of fire right there in the last 25 seconds, 20 seconds or so, but not a lot. Byfield, not a bad pass. The feed back to Byfield just off. I will argue he did not mean to leave the puck there, but LA shoots one off of Wellstedt. And Minnesota trying to go back the other way. Way too lax. Byfield just chased dude down with... He didn't even really chase him down. He casually bumped into him. I don't know what that decision was. Just real lazy skating. Real lazy effort from Minnesota. A couple of their guys look okay, but I haven't seen much to be impressed by. What are you watching it in? Are you like asking how am I watching it? Because unfortunately I can't. YouTube's got me in trouble a bunch last year because I told people where to go. Yeah, sorry. I used to have no problem telling you exactly. Google is a great friend. No, I'm not. I used to use Stream East, but Stream East is trash, but it's something similar to that. Like, it's either I do that or I do ESPN Plus and the mouse can suck it. No worries. Don't get shy. I appreciate that. I'm going to go with Jess. I appreciate that. I said if you get creative with your Googling, you don't even have to be that creative. It's not too hard to track down a couple streams. Yeah, so far, only one penalty against LA. Minnesota, very unimpressive. Like I said, I don't know what I was expecting. The 1-0 and 2. Oh no, they're 1-0-1. LA's 1-0-2. So even though LA beat us in overtime, I'm really not expecting anything particularly fascinating to watch. And so far, LA has been better, but that only means so much this particular game. Minnesota is just sloppy. Like I said, sloppy, lazy, tired, uninspiring, whatever words you want to use. We can go through the dictionary. Something's got to change. From what I'm telling, it's they just don't look like they showed up to play. Now, that could change at any minute. Lord knows the Golden Knights have showed us that you can show up to play an hour and a half late. But, yeah, they're not in it yet. I don't know, maybe being home. I don't know if they have a road trip coming. I have no idea. But I can see LA taking this one 3-1, 4-1, something like that. Yeah, probably end up with Kaprizov getting a goal. And then they're just. Ugh. I mean, Kaprizov had 11 shots on goal last game. So far, I think the only shots on goal came in that power play, and I want to say there were only 2 for Minnesota. Yeah. Where's my eggplant, sir? What up, D? 5, almost 5:30. All right, just about 9.5 gone in the first period, and ready for the worky job. Yeah, that's one of the worst jobs to have. Is one of them worky ones. I did good this weekend. Coffee first, though. Hell yeah. I did good this weekend. Watching the dog. My boy got me a fifth of the bullet, and I only had half of it. So I'll have some bourbon for tomorrow. The Knights play, but they play at 5, I believe. 5 or 6. Hang on. 6. So the game will probably wrap up around 9ish, maybe a little bit before. And then I just want to play games drunk. Reset the account or something. Fuck around go on to PvP instead. But leave the voice on so that the whole night, the only goal is to talk shit. All right, good pressure by LA, knocks the puck back. Middleton sends it back to his own zone, and right up ahead, Eriksson can't control the puck. He had a great opportunity to get a shot on goal from just outside the low circle. He can't control the puck. Excuse me, but Minnesota just cannot control the puck. Dump in by LA, caught by Wellstead, and he'll hang on to it. 9:19 to go in the first. Shots are 5-2 LA. The only 2 wild shots coming on the power play. Real quick, 8:43 to go in the second in Philadelphia. Flyers up 1-0 over the Panthers. Over to Columbus. Devils in the Blue Jackets tied 1-1. New Jersey with a minute to go on the power play, 9:50 to go in the second. At first intermission, St. Louis Blues are up 1-0 over the Canucks. I don't remember if I said in Vancouver, so I'll say it again. We're watching this game. 5:30 is Utah and Chicago. Now, the Avalanche won 3-1 in Buffalo. In Boston, the Lightning take it 4-3 over the Bruins. The Predators over the Senators in Ottawa 4-1. The Jets over the Islanders 5-2. I don't remember who I said bet the house to, but yeah, bet the fucking house when it's Winnipeg versus the Islanders. And then the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs were 3-2 Detroit in Toronto. So, I did not know there were going to be early games today. I was in another world just taking care of shit around the house. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, you know what? What game do I want to watch today? And I went flipping through and saw that I had missed half of them already. I was like, it's noon. There we go. I was like, I'm waiting for this commercial break, but just checking every now and then to make sure there's no crazy other insane news going on. Been a wild couple of days. Face off to the left of Wellstead. Byfield battling for it. Puck comes all the way out. LA dumping in from the red line. Minnesota will take it. Up the low boards and a cross check by Cece, not called. Kaprizov just went, he went down face first. That was, that looked a little more obvious to me than apparently did to anybody else. Minnesota recover. Battle for a puck in the LA zone behind the net. High wall. All the way across the ice. Oh, and misplayed, but LA's still going to come away with it for a minute. They send it down, everybody going for a change. Wild reset from their own zone. Heading up the ice. Good stick by LA, blocking off the cross ice pass. See what I mean? Minnesota, dude, he didn't even skate to the puck. That's way offsides. Dude, so many guys for Minnesota are on fuck it mode. Which, I get. But not the time. So many fucking commercials, dude. The whole point of streaming was to not get ads every 4 minutes. Alright. Wild get it. Work their way in. They got some potential here. Shot. Gloved by Kemper. Total scrum in the middle. Dude doesn't have his helmet. He needs to leave. I don't know if they're going to call a penalty for him not leaving immediately or for him ripping the helmet off. Okay, we got a cross-check penalty. It was just chaos right there. Because Manko gets the cross-checking penalty. I'm looking for him. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he came down from the low side, from the low boards. And while everybody's in a scrum right here, Hartman, he just cross-checks. That one didn't, that second replay didn't look as bad. The first replay was like, yeah, no, that. So I don't know. Ooh, shot makes it through the Kemper, but saves it with the right blocker. as LA gets it cleared. So a better start to the power play. Let's see how they end up finishing. Cutting up a little bit as they make their way in. Lose it, but Kaprizov's almost able to recover. They're going to end up calling them offsides. 7:18 to go in the first. Minute 33 to go on the Minnesota power play. Shots are 6-5 Minnesota. And this is Minnesota's second power play. I do not believe LA has had one yet. They have not. So far, by far the most production has come off of these power plays. Now, LA needs to be careful. All right, already cleared. Now, don't get me wrong. They haven't been the most threatening shots in the world, but eventually they're going to start getting pretty dangerous. That was close. Kaprizov to the top of the ice. In the LA zone. Shot. Hits Kempfer. LA recovers off rear. Throws it down the ice. Back in the LA zone, pitched up off the backboard, centered with a great pass. Nobody home. Just the wrong-sided shot. Minnesota. Oh, one-on-one. Hurry, shoot it. Ooh, he had a lot of time and a lot of space. That was a good little no-look trying for the high corner. He just didn't elevate it enough. Meanwhile, Minnesota back in the LA zone. 20 seconds on the power play to the low point. Pass to the middle. Shot. Hits a skate out front. Another shot and they score. Minnesota putting one on the board in their second power play. Where's my mouse? Yeah, that Spurgeon is the one that gets the goal. And Hinostroza? He had the perfect screen standing right in front of Kempford. Jumped out of the way as the puck came in. That was just very nice recovery off of the good block from the shot in the middle. Who was it? Anderson had blocked the shot off his skates, but let's see. Scoring for the Minnesota Wild. Jared Spurgeon. Assisted by Johansson and Rossi. Oh, net fell over. I was wondering what the hell the stoppage was. Well, instead of telling us what happened, show us what happened. That's the fucking beauty of replay. Dude, I hate the NHL replay people. Like, why are we watching the guy skate around on the ice while they tell us what happened? And now we have another commercial. 5:23 to go in the first period. What else is going on? Oh, the football's going on, huh? Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what we should watch. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there's two games going on that I couldn't care less about. Okay, to be fair, I don't really care about football, but You know what would be a great game for Monday night? Like a prime time Monday night football game? Let's have the Bears and the formerly known as Redskins. I'm sure that'll just drive numbers through the fucking roof. Good Lord. Oh, his knee hit it. Dude, that's a completed pass. Holy shit, that's impressive. Flipped over to Buffalo, Atlanta. That was a hell of a catch. I was expecting a lot more from the Bills versus the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, come on. How do you not call that? The dude's sleeve is across his chin on the hold. That's why I don't watch the NFL anymore. Well, the biggest reason is because roughing the passer, unnecessary roughness, all those penalties are just. Do I feel like the guys are a little bit of a bitch today? Or do I think they're a little more of a bitch today? It's hard to watch, dude. We used to get jacked up on Monday nights. Or maybe it was Thursday nights. Get the biggest hits from the week before. Anyway. Oh, that great strip. Who was that? Felino. Great defense at his own blue line. Coming from behind. Are we getting another Minnesota power play? Let's see it. Oh, he wasn't even close to the blue line. What do you mean? I'm trusting the commentators here, and they're like, they're saying that he didn't make the blue line, or I'm not sure if he made the blue line, and it doesn't appear as if he did. It made it sound like it's going to be a question. The dude was damn near at the top of the circles when he threw it out of play. Puck in the low corner of the LA zone. Paddle for it. Skate got caught on a stick. Had the blade up in the air. That's never good. Good job by the Wild to keep it in, but... And now you've got a tripping penalty. No, a hook. It's going to be a hook. Byfield, and is it Kopitar going? Is that who they were just questioning? Nope, Kempe. And it absolutely was a hook. And then Kopitar almost tripped, or Kaprizov almost tripped Kopitar on the way down. That was just a mess. 5-on-3 advantage for LA for a minute and 43 seconds. 4:42 to go in the period. And this is like... Eventually, LA is going to run out of feet to shoot. Behind the net, back and forth. Shot. Quick shot from the low circle. Did not get all of it, and Kempfer's able to make the save. I mean, just a great shot or a great pass to Boldy, great shot. Kopitar was in the right spot because he didn't, Kemper was able to see it. Got to get somebody a little bit closer to the front of the cage if you're Minnesota. That was a great setup. Just nobody there for any kind of recovery or rebound. LA is able to clear it back. Is that William? William. Big shot from the top circle. Stopped by Kemper. Minnesota down to the low dot, to the point. Low circle. Circling, high dot. They're just circling, getting down low, high dot. Circling around. Shot and he scores! I had a feeling that young man would come through with the goal. Kaprizov puts up a 2-goal lead. It was just a great read. Just circling. Kaprizov shoots. Kaprizov just circled from the low dot all the way around. Everybody's cycling. And right over Kopitar, right past Kopitar's left side, that back angle replay right there was perfect because you could see that corner open up. And Kaprizov, unlike our dickheads, actually goes for the high corners. Don't get me wrong, I love our dickheads. Okay, probably should have called them something else. But our guys, Eichel, Stoney, Carly, we need to start going corners. All right, 50 seconds left on the odd man advantage. That holy shit, he scored again. Or not again, but Minnesota scored again. I think that was Boldy. Just skated up and buried one past the left block or the left pad of Kemper. And that was like an easy walk-in stuff. The confidence for the LA goaltender is shot. And all goals have been on power plays. Wild. Kemper has his skate pressed on the post and his glove there. And instead of hitting his glove up here, it hit it just enough on the backside to go underneath and past that little gap. 3:27 to go in the first. Shots are 12-7 Minnesota. Minnesota's winning 3-0. There was a point where the shots were 5-2 LA with those two shots only coming on the power play for Minnesota. And now 4 power plays later, and they scored again. Nope, they're waving it off. Immediately waved off. Holy shit. So far, 3 power play goals for Minnesota. So scoring. They're calling it an incidental goaltender interference. So the first 2 goals I didn't get to announce. Oh yeah, no, it's obvious. He got pushed in. I mean, he got pushed into the goalie by Byfield 100%. All right, so scoring for the Minnesota Wild on a power play goal, Kirill Kaprizov. Assisted by Byam and Tarasenko. And scoring for the Minnesota Wild, Matt Boldy, with a power play goal. Assisted by Tarasenko and Eriksson Ek. Tarasenko's getting him some points. But we are at 5-on-5 hockey, so we probably won't see a goal for a while. Byfield just being a piece of shit down in the corner. I don't know why he's mad that he fucking threw the puck into the crowd. That should have been too many men on the Kings. Everybody hopped out of the box. Oh, get across. Didn't make it. Holy shit. Oof. Who is this Minnesota and who the hell is this LA Kings team? Because this ain't the team that I watched beat us opening night. Ooh, another trip, but they're not going to call that one because it's just at this point it'd be too brutal. I would expect the officials to get a little more lenient on LA, but at the same time, I would expect LA to start doing some bullshit pretty soon. Byfield already started doing it, and nothing was called, which I don't know if under 2 minutes to go. LA has it. Low wall in their zone. Pass way up ahead. 1-on-1. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Big shot. Stopped by Wellstead. What a pass. I think that was left the Ferrier. Passing it over to Turncoat. Just a great opportunity. No, it wasn't. Who was that? Mallet over to, or Malott over to Turcotte. And Turcotte just, yeah, the only problem was he put it right into the goalie's crest, but it was a great pass and a great opportunity. Doughty heads back to play the puck. LA is going to get it all the way back up and in. However, Middleton there first. Saw dude just act like he got smacked in the face by Middleton's stick. It might have been a follow through, but I didn't see it. I didn't see anything hit him. Dude, there is new. This is a different Wild team, and I told you, you can even go back and say it. They can wake up anytime at any moment, and they woke up with the second power play. Now, granted, they've had 4, including a 5-on-3. But, yeah, 3, is that right? 3 for 4? Yep. 75% on the power plays. Again, LA is about to run out of feet to start it's about to run out of feet to shoot themselves in. Words are hard. LA up to the point. Big shot from the middle of the point goes over the net. Wild to recover in the high corner. 20 seconds to go in the first period. And CC up to Kopitar. All the way around. High corner behind the net. You're running out of time. 10 seconds. Minnesota recovers. Kaprizov. It's just going to kill it. And it's out. And that's it. End of the first period. Shots are 14-8 Minnesota. Score is 3-0 to the Wild after just a completely self-inflicted destruction. I mean, LA was, I said it a couple times, LA was the better team. Didn't mean much because Minnesota looked like shit. But LA definitely looked better than Minnesota. And I said they haven't shown up to play yet. Eventually they will. Who knows when that's going to be? Well, then they get another penalty. And it's like, oh, I guess it's going to be right fucking now. And they score. And then they were still looking a little sloppy. But then they got another penalty. And then they got the 5-on-3. And then they score. And then immediately after they score on the remaining power play time. It's like, oh, okay. Minnesota decided to show up. Where the fuck did LA go? Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I think I called earlier LA 3-1, LA 4-1, something like that. I was expecting LA to win. Holy shit. This is not what I was expecting. But that is intermission, so I'm going to take the time to run out for a quick smoke break. Come back after not too long. I don't want to. No. We'll come back for maybe check in on football, see what's going on in other hockey games. Like I said, I don't know. I'm bummed out because I really wanted to watch Boston Tampa. But now I'm kind of excited because watching Minnesota kick the shit out of LA is great after we lost in overtime. But that was a game we shouldn't have ever even been in. But then it was a game we should have never been into overtime in. And then we lost it, and I'm still annoyed. It was an irritating first game. Anyway, all right. Let's take a break. I'll throw on some music, and we'll be back in 10, 12 minutes, something like that usually takes. So, see you guys soon. As soon as I find my cursor, we are back. Here we go. Right on time. Ish. All right, so here we go again. Minnesota setting up from behind. Oop. Puck went all the way down to Kempfer, so it's a quick freeze and face off in the LA zone. Hey, we got a guy on the board. You got Natchez and McKinnon. Both have 8 points. Kaprizov and Boldy both have 7, and Eichel has 7. I'm pretty sure Dorofeyev is at least still tied for a goal-scoring leader. And a hat trick to open the season. So that LA, almost had a good moment right there as they were crashing the net, but LA looks like hot garbage, dude. Kempe storming in, shoots, fought off by Wellstead. Dude, what a self-inflicted disaster the first period was for the Kings. You go dumped in from the red line into the wild zone and immediately right back out. CC plays it from behind his net. Battle in the corner. We're going to have either a hold or a hook coming against Minnesota. Like, how did you not call that touch-up? All right, we'll finally get to see LA's power play. And it is a hold against Minnesota. Yeah, that was Foligno. He was just in bad position against Anderson and decided he was just going to try and go right through him. You know, sometimes there's penalties. Dang it, let's go. Sure. Shot from the point for LA gets stopped by Wellstead. Cleared out. LA resetting from their own zone. Leaving it back across neutral with speed was Byfield. All the way down behind the net up to the low wall. Fiala looking for a place to go. Low point Kempe. Back to Fiala. Low dot. He should have shot that. Back to Fiala. Down low. Low corner. Back to Fiala at the point. All the way across. Baseline. Hesitated. Byfield gets tied up trying to get the shot across. All of LA looking for a penalty. There were a lot of whacks, so I'm not exactly sure if they missed one or not. LA back into the Minnesota zone, but they lose the puck and it's knocked all the way back to Kemper. 50 seconds to go on the LA man advantage. 3 minutes gone in the second period. Shots are 14-9 Minnesota. Puck into the wild zone. Lafreniere gets it back up towards the point. Back to Lafreniere in the low corner. Back to the point. Doughty. Back to Lafreniere. Back to Doughty. Shot from Doughty. Goes off a body right to Lafreniere. He couldn't recover for the rebound shot. Shot right off his skates. High baseline. Right to the center. Good stop by Wellstead. Doughty sends it all the way around. LA keeps it in the zone. Lafreniere can't find it. Minnesota's going to clear, and that'll do it for the LA power play. Minnesota in the zones trying to shoot, but Foligno whiffs on it. Battle in the low corner sends the puck to the high boards. Point. Foligno, low point, all the way across, tied up, stick. Good defense by the Kings to prevent that shot. Now Doughty and Foligno going at it. Some cross checks from behind. We won't worry about that. The Wild keep it in, but only for a moment. Puck goes into neutral. Lafreniere loses it. Minnesota. Oh, he went for the wrong pass. He had a guy right. Oh, a shot goes wide of the net by the Wild. He had the pass straight to his left, and he went backwards into the guy that was triple covered. Puck battle still. Wild keep it in. Oh, Lafreniere's just able to get it out. He had to have a 3-minute shift. Wild up quick. Dancing with it. Ooh, good sticks. Didn't give him a clean shot. And now the Kings head back the other way. Behind Wellstead. Up to the high point. Right in front. And Wellstead makes a great pad save. Turcotte just left alone right in front of the net. And he's not able to beat the right leg of Wellstead. Everybody, that Minnesota got caught puck watching, and they got drawn towards the high boards, and that just left Turcotte to come from right behind the net and get left alone on an island. Just over 5 minutes gone in the second period. Shots are 15-11 Minnesota. They're doing really good at getting opportunities, but not doing a great job of getting them through to Kemper. LA headed back the other way, 2-on-2. Good back checks. LA again. Okay, now they're in the zone. Oh, and he goes down. Who was that? Where's this? There it is. Oh, we got an offsides on Minnesota. 39 for LA is Malott. Okay. All right. So, excuse me. Devils and Blue Jackets and the Panthers are down one in the third. And they have a power play. So we're gonna have this one up on the in the background. Oh shit! Oh no, that's right. Haha. Okay. Damn, I forgot to mute, but I don't have to because of the setup. Anyway. LA dumps it back into the zone, high point, towards the net, gloved by Wellstead. A little shove by Doughty. That's Eriksson Ek. Really didn't like that. Just wraps Doughty up from behind. We'll see where this goes. That's not the one I wanted to do. Whoops. Hang on, I hit the wrong button and closed out the game. There we go. All right, so we're going to keep a little eye on Florida and Philadelphia real quick. You got 11 minutes to go in the third period in Philadelphia. Flyers up 2-1. Shots are 24-18 Florida. And it looks like Philly got called for a trip. We shall see how the Panthers power play is feeling. Do still have Minnesota and LA in the background. But that game just got a little less interesting with this one being a little more exciting. Marchand right off the face-off waits. He hesitated, finally shoots, hits the guy standing in front of him, and then immediately turns over the puck after he chases it down. Philly dumps it. That Jones recovering for Florida out of his zone over to Ekblad. He leaves it back for shit. I can't remember who number 13 is for Florida. Was there just a penalty called? What just happened? Is 14 Marchment? No. 13. Reinhardt. I always forget. Fucking Reinhardt. Okay. Well, it was offsides on Florida, so face off on the low boards just outside of the Florida zone. Or sorry, the Philly zone. Ooh, LA puts a shot on Wellstad after a ricochet. Good job by the Minnesota goaltender. He has been sharp this game. Meanwhile, Reinhardt plays it down the boards to... God bless it. I used to know these guys' names. Here we go, Bennett. Low dot. I thought he scored. He went over the net. Florida's going to chase it all the way back down. Meanwhile, LA's recovering from their own zone. Just over 7 minutes gone. Shots are 15-12. Back in Philly. Quick feed up front. Gold is on his side, and that's a goal for the Panthers. Vladar ended up on his ass with too many people around and not enough orange jerseys in front of him. Yeah, real quick, watch it again, and we'll go back to the other game. Yeah, just Vladar was expecting a shot. He went to lean against the post, and I think he was further out than he thought he was. So as he goes back, he ends up falling flat on his back. And now Florida has tied it up. All right, back to Minnesota. I need to see if that's coming through. Doesn't look like it, but I'll try and... LA feeding it down into the Minnesota zone. They are set up to the high point, low point. Doolin looking all the way across. Barely got off the ice to keep it from being an extra man. Battle in the high corner to the high point. LA just in control of the moment. Shot comes in off of Wellstead. You know what? I think it was deflected. I don't think it made it all the way to him. Minnesota making their way back out. Low boards. Wild to go for a change. Doughty from behind his own net. Tries to feed it behind his own net. Ends up feeding it straight to Kempfer. That was a good recovery by Kempfer because that got dangerous quick. Man, I know I've said this before, but every now and then, ice cold water, like damn near should be frozen solid, is greater than any gift anybody could give. It is just fucking incredible sometimes. All right, puck went off the glass. There's going to be a face-off to the left of Kemper. 10:34 to go in the second. Shots are 15-13 Minnesota. I do want to keep an eye on that Florida game because, Florida and New Jersey and Columbus, because when these get down to like 5 minutes, we'll have to take a look over there, see if anything exciting ends up happening. False start. Hartman's getting kicked out. And Trennan goes in. Against Turcotte. Turcotte wins it. LA headed back the other way. No, a good stick. Disrupts it. Tripping on the shooting opportunity, and they're not even going to fight it. LA already knows. Foligno driving to the net with a great chance. Maybe not a great chance, but definitely an opportunity just ahead. Pinching out between two LA guys. And he just taken out as he goes to put it on net. Yep. Now, was he leaning on? Nope, just straight up taken out. So here we go. 10:24 to go in the second. Yeah, 3 for 4 tonight on power plays. Kaprizov's going to reset from his own zone. Cross the red line, slows up, passes it back, left off to the high corner. All the way around, but cut off. And LA is going to send it back down the other way. Looks like Kings are going to get a change in their unit. And Minnesota going back. Pass ahead from the high circle to the middle. I don't think they were expecting each other right there. William gets it back. Trying to feed it backwards. Kaprizov loses it. LA going back the other way. Oh, he whiffs more. Completely whiffs on the backhand. Doesn't even put a 1.5 miles ahead breakaway on net. And there he goes, trying to break his stick. Because, damn, dude. Best chance all night, and you whiff. All right, Kaprizov feeds it up front. A great between the legs tip, but Kempfer was ready. Just in the right position. Spurgeon to Kaprizov. Soft shot. He kind of whiffed on it, but gets it back. They're trying to force it into the center. Hartman had his stick held up, so it wasn't as clean. Not a great opportunity to get a shot on. I mean, seriously, dude. Yep. Just smash that stick. Can I fucking open this thing? I don't know. All right, that is the end of the man advantage for Minnesota. LA out of their own zone and tip it from neutral out of play. Florida's on another power play. What? Take a look again. Okay, I thought Philly got another penalty. But with 55 seconds left on Florida's power play, Slash breaks the stick of a flyer right in half. We came in just in time to see some 4-on-4 and then just under a minute of. I mean, all right, Florida's got it. Dumping it on Vladar. Oop, all right, we're back in Minnesota. No, we're not. The play in Florida is just. Never see the future. We get Natchez in Minnesota. The only reason I gotta check, hang on. $26. There is definitely a possibility. I wouldn't say it's a very high likelihood, but being that he's only 26, he's gonna move around at some point. Like, I don't see him being a lifelong Avalanche, though it's possible. I mean, it's possible. I would not call it very likely, though. Another great save by Wallstead. He is looking sharp. Good pick by LA. Bad pass, though. They got to go back into their own zone. All right, Philly starting their power play. Meanwhile, LA working up low boards. LaFerriere all the way across. Puck goes up and out of play. Meanwhile, 40 seconds on the Philly power play. 5 minutes to go in the game. Scores 2-2 between Florida and Philadelphia in Philly. Big rebound right back up the gut, and the shot misses wide. I think I gotta guess that's Bob in net, and he's looking good. Damn it! No, it's Tarasov. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. Oh no, Philly's about to score. Just after the power play. Should be happening soon. As I was just complimenting Tarasov, he loses his stick, and then he loses his place. All right. Almost. Sim is just a little stronger than I was expecting right now. All right. So we'll leave Philly and Florida up just in case Florida goes pulls the goalie and gets something done. But I'm going to assume that game's over. It was just a couple of seconds after the power play, but Tarasov loses his stick. And then just kind of gets lost bouncing back and forth. Almost looks like he went to lean on his stick, but he had it underhand. And when he went to lean, it slid out. All right, LA. Back the other way, trying to make anything happen with just under 6.5 to go in the second period. While dumping it on Kemper. Kemper passes it ahead to Lafreniere, headed back the other way. Byfield to his right. He leads it off for Fiala, who sends it back down, and then Lafreniere lost his stick. Risky pass. He had a way out up the high wall, but he decided to go through the middle. LA makes their way back into the zone. Turcotte comes away, tries to wrap around, ends up sending it to the low point. All the way to the high point, into the middle, shot. Goes off, it got tipped in the middle and got sent over the net. Wild, at least able to get it out. But they are struggling to get past neutral zone in this last third of the period. Turcotte does a good job playing the body, buys time to play the puck, but loses it trying to center. Minnesota makes the stretch pass. Boldy held it instead of dumping it. Had everybody reset. Gave LA too much time. But at least they get it. Hey, they got it back into the LA zone. Woohoo. That's a win in itself. LA, good defense by I keep wanting to call him Hatfield, but that's not it. Hang on, that's gonna actually bug me because I know this dude's name. Middleton. Eriksson chasing it down into the low corner. Big pressure. And LA is going to head right back out. Little bit of a different pep to LA right now. All right, so we're going to another commercial in this game. Let's take a look at Philly LA as they go into their last couple of minutes. Face off in the Florida zone. Philly has it. Low point. Off the backboards, trying to get almost a really great bank pass. Ends up catching the net. 3:40 to go in the game. Puck kind of floating around. Rodriguez leaves it back to Forsling. Oh, excuse me. Back to Rodriguez. Trying to get it up ahead, just off. Oh, but Florida recovers. Verhage ended up making the play, leaving a shot opportunity from far out. Vladar didn't exactly have great control over that puck coming in, so it ended up being kind of dangerous. Now, I don't know if we have an offside or what, but 3:04 to go with Florida leading 3-2. Oh, it's about to be a Panthers power play. I'm an idiot. It said empty net, not power play. They need to make the empty net a different color than red. Reinhardt around the back of the net gets it to Bennett. Bennett up. Back to Bennett. Good pressure by Philly. Tosses the puck all the way down, but Florida's already back. Ooh, Philly just missed the puck trying to get the empty netter. Not quite the same situation we had the other day, but not great. Oh, here it goes. Nope, they missed. There it goes. There's the empty netter. And the Flyers beat Florida in Philadelphia. Back to Minnesota. 3:26 to go in the second. Shots are 17-15. I feel like for the longest time the shots were 15-13, and now Minnesota leading, and now we're here. So not a lot happening in this second period. Couple power plays with nothing going. LA doing a better job of not shooting themselves in the foot. Minnesota's able to get a puck on the ice towards Kemper, and he covers. So hopefully the third period's got a little more going on with it. Oh, you know what? Let's check out New Jersey, Columbus, because they're in the same situation that Florida Philly was just in. Columbus with an empty net. Jersey leading 2-1 with a minute and a half to go. Columbus is in the New Jersey zone behind the net. Feet fed out front. Nothing going. $70 seconds to go. A swing and a miss on a shot from the center. Low point. Low circle back to the point. Shot. It's bodies out front. New Jersey has it. They take their time. They should have it, and they ice it. Alrighty, so two anticlimactic finishes. Ooh, bouncing puck towards Wellstead. Hit some sticks in front. And Wellstead's able to cover it up. 2:21 to go in the second. LA just putting real good pressure on Minnesota. Plug up the ice. LA keeps it in. Trying to get down low. Turcotte battling for it. And a little bit of help. Not clear. On the low boards. Puck comes out. Minnesota trying to cut through. A little bit of an interference. He didn't really play the puck there. That was kind of weird, but it is what it is. Ooh, with some speed, but again, the Wild right back to not controlling the puck very well. From behind their own net, LA heading out into the zone without interference. Quick turn and shot, a tip off a Turcotte's stick. Knocked into the corner. Puck behind the net. Trying to go down low. Forced back the other way. And not out. Minnesota struggling. Puck comes right up front. Another just left on an island, but doesn't connect. Minnesota able to force Doughty back into neutral. Back. Doughty could not get the shot off. Spins on a flat backhand that gets knocked to the high boards. Under a minute to go. Puck high in the air. LA doing a good job of keeping it in. A couple opportunities towards the net, but they're just not able to fucking fire on goal. There's a shot that finally made its way to Wellstead, who gloves it and freezes. 37 seconds to go in the second period. Shots are 19-17 Minnesota. And at the moment, this game is all LA. Not score wise. Okay. The last few minutes of play have been all LA. Let's. I'm not that stupid, I promise. Face off to the right of Wellsted. Battle for it. LA keeps it in along the blue line. Up high, backhand, hits a stick in front, goes to the low corner. Minnesota able to clear. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Ooh, not fast enough. Kaprizov was just not fast enough. Where's the puck? It's going to go into center ice. Tap back into LA zone by LA. Good pressure by Kaprizov there, but the Kings take it. 5 seconds left. Big stretch pass. Try and do something with it all the way across the ice. Good setup. And a great block on the shot attempt by Kopitar. That was a little bit of an exciting finish to that period. It was Brodin. Alrighty, so is football still going on? Can we watch that while we're sitting in intermission? Yeah, let's try that one. What are the scores like? I know there's 2 games. Damn it. 21-14 Falcons over the Bills and 13-7 Bears over the Commanders. All right, Bills Falcons it is then, huh? Ooh. So tomorrow's going to be an hour early. It's going to be 6 o'clock. Hopefully enjoy a Vegas win, enjoy some drinks, and probably enjoy some kind of gaming afterwards. I know Battlefield 6 dropped, but that actually I didn't even look. Now that I think about it, $70. Oof. That just seems like a bit, you know what I mean? Oh. All right, you know what? Actually, my back is tight as shit right now. I'm going to stand up, maybe go wash my dishes from dinner, and then we'll come back for the third period. But now that I'm sitting here, I'm trying to move around. My back's killing me, so I'm gonna get up and stretch a little bit. We'll be back in a couple minutes here. As soon as I remember what screen to go to. Alright, y'all, we're coming back. Man, I was stretching out my back, and I legit didn't think I was going to stand back up. I was... That's fine. That just... Holy shit. That was awesome. What a great feeling. Got a wind advisory coming into town tomorrow. I forgot to look how bad it was going to be. Okay, well, it was red, and now it's yellow, so moderate. What does moderate mean? So we're going to have 20 to 30 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 45. That's going to suck. I've got shit to do tomorrow. I'm realizing I got to do what I haven't done in a while. And I got to do a lot more of... I got to stretch. I got to get back into stretching a couple times a day. Holy cow. Like I said, I laid down to stretch my back. And I am just... Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, my God. Unreal. LA wins the opening face-off, dumps it down deep. Chase in behind the net. And Kaprizov's going to go back the other way. Baldy throws it up over the net. Unable to stop it. LA's going to head back the other way. 2-on-1. Byfield shoots, and he goes over the net. Dude, just clutch on the double clutch on the shot and pass it across. I think you beat Wellstead. He's so locked in on the straight ahead shots. But see, Byfield with the cross check that just went missed. But Wellstead hasn't had to move while the puck's in the air much tonight. Big battle in the high corner. Eriksson Ek putting on pressure. LA gets it away, keeps it in the zone. Down on the low boards. Just got to battle. LA comes away with it. Setting up at the high point. Trying to go all the way across. It eventually makes it there, and Wellstead makes a great save. Who was that? Edmondson. Another big shot from Foligno goes right off Wellstead. Again, they are not... Another shot from the low point by Moore. Pretty easy save as it hits Wellstead in the crest. But, I mean, Wellstead looks good. He has been in the correct position every time. That being said, you make him move, like especially Byfield right here. Never mind. Boldy was storming up behind him. Middleton was in a good position. There's another glove save from a shot off the top of the low circle. But, yeah, they're just, again, hasn't been a lot of back and forth. It's very much Wellstead's in perfect position, facing the puck, and it's hitting him in the chest every time. Shots are 21-19 LA. Puck in neutral. Into LA zone. Wild have it. Puck up front. Swing and a miss on it. Now LA's going to go back with numbers. Oh, good pass attempt, but good stakes by Minnesota to shut down the lane. And the Wild take the zone. Coming down to the low boards. Nobody home. LA through neutral. Couple guys stumbling over each other. Little battle in that high corner. Puck comes down low. Middleton just being heavy on LaFerriere. Wild back the other way. A quick turn and shoot from range. Kempfer's able to shut it down. LA headed back. Good sticks. Shut down LaFerriere's opportunity. LA now, never mind. Turnover. Middleton behind his own net. Sends it up the high boards. And all the way down. That's an icing. Oh, man, I'd like to get back to the excitement of the first period, but besides that, this game's been a bit of a flop, man. I mean, unless you're a Minnesota fan, then obviously you're enjoying this. Face off to the right of Wellstedt. And false start. Try it again. Minnesota wins the face-off. Puck on the low boards. Byfield able to step in and get it around. The white shirts have it. All the way up. Cross, low point. Shot from range hits everybody out front. Another follow-up shot off the rebound. Total chaos drill right there, and Minnesota comes away with it, but they're not able to get it clear. Another shot, and Wellstedt's in the perfect position, but not that time as LA puts a point on the board. There you go. Get Wellstedt moving around a little bit. That's the first time they've really given him a challenge. He made a great save. He just looked like a Vegas goalie right there, leaning against the post, but he didn't shut it off. It went right off. As he went to lean against the post, he had his arm out, and it went right off his hip. Good job by Fiala. Good shot. Chased down the rebound, put it on net from a hard angle, and there you go. Oop. Boldy just had a blowout in the middle of the ice. Shots are 23-20. LA. 15:50 to go in the third. Down to a 2-goal game. Fiala loses. Oh, no, sorry. That's Kempe loses it at the blue line. It goes all the way back to Kempfer. Now up ahead to Kopitar, who loses it. Dumoulin from the red line dumps it in. Cut off by Wellstedt. Minnesota has it going up the other way. Priesthoff gets it in. That was just a lot of contact against Harrison Egg. Dumoulin looked like he got maybe a little pop to the mouth, but oh well. Apparently. Again, Minnesota able to clear. What's up, Jesus? How you doing, buddy? Minnesota gets it into neutral. And it's right back to LA. That's got to be a hold or a hook or a trip or something, and it is. Johansson's going to the box. LA on the power play. Let's see if we can actually make this game a little bit interesting. That would be fun. Like I said, that first period was kind of fun, especially when LA's losing. That's a good little touch. Um, but that second period was a bust. See, Johansson doesn't understand what happened, but Johansson did nothing wrong until his stick. He didn't just wrap the guy up, his stick went into the skates of somebody else. And I mean, if his stick was 6 inches shorter, that wouldn't have been a penalty. But it absolutely was. And Minnesota wins the face off and clears it. 5.5 gone in the third period. LA real quick to get in, and such a good pass missed. That was Fiala, just missed a beautiful setup, and the Wild able to clear it out. Kemphy leaves it back. Byfield into the zone, drops it down to the low boards all the way around. Fiala working his way in on the high circle. Kopitar behind the net. Fiala playing catch with it behind the net. Big shot. Hits Wellstead and goes straight up into the sky. Might have caught Byfield. But hit something out front, went up and out of play. Minute 14 left on the LA power play. 13:52 to go in the third. Let's see. Nope, it did get to Wellstead. Rossi tried to block it. Shot goes wide of the net. Kempy trying to come in off that high circle. Kempy in the high corner. He's skating in. They're letting him big. Past the Byfield. Shot and scored. And there it is. We have ourselves a game, gentlemen. That's all I wanted. Just make it interesting. But that was great because they just let Fiala skate in, and then at the same time, everybody was like, oh no, we got to hurry up and get there. And then Wallstead, as good as he's been, he left just enough space for the puck to sneak in. Classic Minnesota team, second half choke. Dude, I feel you, and you're not wrong. And it's LA already has shown that they're better in the third period this year. Ooh, almost a great opportunity. He wasn't ready for the puck. Like LA last year lost the playoffs in the third period. This year they have gotten much more aggressive. And they're not as they worked on conditioning all summer because they actually have gas in the tank come late in the game, which they did not last year. So yeah, 7 minutes gone in the third. Shots at 25-20 LA. And all of a sudden, we have something to watch. And I mean, Wallstead was right there. He literally left enough space for the puck between his skate and the post. Unreal. Tell you, actually, let me hit the BRB screen because I got to hit the head real quick. Holy shit. Damn, my back is like, whew. Whew. Okay. 12:40 to go in the third. Minnesota into the LA zone, back behind the net. Brodin trying to do something with it. Byam trying to do something with it. Puck comes to the blue line. Shot from range, drops right out front from the high dot. Good save. Kempfer, follow-up shot. And they can't get it through. I don't know if Kempfer just made the save from his back, but that was incredible. I don't know if Kemper made it or if somebody else made it, but wow, I can't believe that Minnesota did not just score. Okay, so it was a wild player is what I'm hearing. That was nuts. LA in the Minnesota zone, top of the high circle, fed up front, and a good glove save by Wallstead. It's a great pass from the high point. Went right through the middle, a good tip. Yeah, hits the knee of Clark. Follow-up hits Kempfer in the ass. And then, oh boy, missed a wide open net. Boldy ends up hitting dude's leg when he had a wide open net. That was I don't know much more, like a much more perfect example of a clusterfuck. This happens. All right, Minnesota has it setting up. Shot from range, and it's right into the glove of Kempfer. All right, so like I said, we got ourselves a game. It was slack-jawed on both sides. It started off, I thought Minnesota would lose to start. I thought it'd be like 3-1, 4-1, 3-1 with an empty net, 4-1 with an empty net in favor of LA. Then the game started, and it was like, okay, I'm pretty comfortable with that. And then LA had 4 dumbass penalties, including a 5-on-3, and Minnesota scored on 3 of them. And it was like, all right, well, apparently Minnesota can only score on power play. So then LA wasn't making any penalties, but then Minnesota couldn't do anything, and LA wasn't doing anything. So the second period sucked. And now we're back to at least a little bit of excitement in the third period. I'm not going to lie. I'd probably be a little more interested if I had a little more skin in the game, but between LA and Minnesota, I want them both to lose. Hand pass. Face off coming right out of the Minnesota zone on the low board. Shots at 26-21 Kings, 11:06 to go in the third. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota's done a lot of good in front of their net up until recently. Let's see. If LA gives Minnesota another power play, I think Minnesota will score. Otherwise, I have a feeling we're going to overtime. LA able to clear their zone. Minnesota has it back in their territory. Middleton pass all the way up and across. Turnover in the LA zone. Kings getting up ahead on the low board. Byfield. Oh, that was that was offsides. I'll say that was close, and then they called it. 10:31 to go in the third. Good grief. I'll give it to Minnesota. I said they were looking lazy, and I don't know when they'll wake up, but they'll wake up, and they definitely did. But now it's time. Like, they got a little too comfortable as the game went on. Kind of lulled back to sleep. Ooh, hard press against Doughty. Down low. Wins the puck for Minnesota. Back behind the net. High corner. High point. Cross to the middle. Shot. Nope. Whiff on the shot by Faber. Oop. Now he's going to get to the puck and get it out. Oh, that was Boya. Not Faber. Oh, I thought that was icing. LA settling the puck in their own zone, but Minnesota's putting on pressure for sure. Immediately swatted out of the zone. Touched up. What? You got an argument with that one. It definitely looked like an LA stick touched it before Kaprizov played it. Apparently not. All right, while we have this, I do want to check. It's supposed to be getting windy as shit around here. I am very curious as to when that's supposed to start. About noon tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be windy tonight, but only like 10 miles an hour. And then noon tomorrow, it's going up to 20. And it's going to be 20 to 30 with 40-mile-an-hour gusts. And potentially bringing in some storms. So that'll be interesting. I wish the wind could start a little bit later and let me get done with my day, but that ain't going to happen. It's actually not too bad. People don't go out when it's windy in Vegas. Oh, the feed froze. I'm like, what's going on? What just happened? Just waiting for the commercial break. I said definitely more enthusiastic when the Knights are playing. Those are the fun games. Oh. And Byfield's never left the ice. It just barely made it through the only gap it could. Face off to the right of Wallstedt. LA wins the fight on the low boards, but Minnesota takes it back all the way up ahead. And they're going to call a fucking offsides on that? Get out of here. I did not think that was offsides. Of course, though, what I think doesn't mean jack shit. Or actually, it does mean jack shit. I gotta work on my. Speaking. Anyway. LA working out of their own zone, trying to get the puck up ahead, fought back. Foligno passes it across. Shot all the way into the low corner. Working up to the middle. Puck lost. And again, Minnesota just not doing the best controlling the puck. Dude, that was about as close as that could be to being not being an icing while getting called an icing. That puck spin was weird. Like they had a couple moments of him moving, but not really. It didn't start happening until they scored their goals. They started moving him side to side. All right, puck back in the Minnesota zone. 8:40 to go in the third period. Puck tipped in, back to Kempfer. Doughty has it on the low wall, passing it up ahead. Oh, just onside. LA has it. Dumoulin trying to figure out where to go past some skates that are real uptight to him. They finally get it back down towards Kempfer. LA back the other way. Ooh. Kaprizov was pointing like that went out of play. I'm like, Middleton headed back up the ice, passed it across. A little bit of a risky pass, I'm not going to lie, but foot race. Eriksson Ek should have just buried old boy into the boards, but he was nice. Doughty circling around. Backhands it ahead. No, we're just going to circle in the LA zone for a little bit. Now we're going up. Kempe, low boards, passes it back. Shot. Deflected into the high corner. Wow, they're going to go back the other way. At the red line, dump it in, chasing. Eriksson Ek gets there first, under pressure, loses it. Ooh, good pressure by Johansson. Gets it to Eriksson Ek, who loses it again. LA clears. And we're back on the other side of the ice. Minnesota trying to go around their own net. Puck comes out front. Eriksson Ek's going to clear. But not very far. Ooh. The touch might have been actually been offsides. Oh, no. Now everybody wants to watch the game, so the feeds turn into shit. When we've been here from the beginning. Puck in neutral into the LA zone. Ooh, Edmondson kind of loafed. Lost the foot race. Let's come back. Sorry, Tommy Wi-Fi shit the bed. No worries, buddy. You're good. It's if LA doesn't give Minnesota another power play, I think there's a big opportunity. But LA needs to score before they pull Kempfer out. We watched the Flyers and the Florida, or we watched Flyers in Florida. Florida pulled the goalie. Philly scored. Then we watched the Devils in Columbus. Columbus pulled the goalie. The Devils scored. And then I was looking at my phone with St. Louis and Vancouver, and I think Vancouver pulled the goalie. And the empty netter scored. So it's like, if LA pulls the goalie, then it's going to be 4-2. If the Kings can score before they have to do that, then we're going to see some exciting shit. I'm starting to think that they're not going to do it. Blues are a solid-ass team, yeah. That was definitely outside. Buddy moved to St. Louis. Nice. I got a buddy that lives in St. Louis, actually. Stygian Wolf's brother, I believe, is out. Well, no, I don't know if he's out in St. Louis. He's out in Missouri. But yeah, I haven't watched St. Louis much this year. I mean, granted, I haven't watched much hockey this year. The big city. I mean, all I know of St. Louis is that, like, I've flown into the airport a couple times, and it's kind of your average city. Like, you know, big cities have different meanings. Like, New York City is a big city, but it's very different than what, like, Phoenix, Arizona is. So it's somewhere in the middle of that, as far as I know. Oof, I'm feeling my voice starting to drop. Not even that tired, man. I slept great. What happened? Oh, I gotta put on my. Come on. Damn, I wish I would have saw that first. Got a decent deal that I could have used. And I didn't think. VGK, no. Knights play tomorrow at 6. We play Calgary. So keep an eye out for that. I'm taking a quick look at something while I wait for the commercial to get back. Wags, Hill game's Friday night because they're scared to compete. Yeah. No, I fucking hate it. And then they had 0 games Friday, 1 game Sunday. Like, I was going to stream on Sunday. I was like, you know what? I just, fuck it. I don't even. Like, that's why I wasn't here, because I finally just hit this point where I was like, man, what am I even doing this for? Yeah. Yeah, I just got to look at 2 things real quick. Okay, so that's something worth looking at. And I'll leave that up too. You finally got Sportsnet? Nice. Bro, what did I just say? All right, 4-2 Minnesota. I'm on 4-2 Minnesota. Trial, yep. I did. Like I said, if they good comeback if they stay out of the box, but oh, and it's clearly a hook too. And Kempfer was perfect. Like he didn't need him to hook. I had the money. You don't need to sell yourself. Chips. I'm just curious to see. Looks down. Yeah, that's why I'm looking. Or watching. Like I would have done Boston and Tampa earlier, but I I didn't know that I didn't know they were early games today. I totally forgot to check the schedule, and by the time I did, those games were already done. Ooh, Kempfer makes the save. So far, so good for Minnesota. Okay, so no. Let's check Flower. What's their Flower deals looking like? Oh, the same. Oh no, this is Savvy. Okay. Sorry, another exciting move. I just got switched back over to the game too late. Really, still next time, bro. Eggnog and coffee. Right on. But it's I'm willing to give it a shot, but I'm not an eggnog fan, and I'm hella particular about my coffee. But I'll try it. I mean, fuck it. Like it's getting to the season where I start doing like I'll find a mocha flavored coffee and then do peppermint creamer. Like especially around Christmas time, like for December, that's my shit. Liquor alcohol to mix with eggnog? I have no idea. Probably whiskey or rum, but I've tried eggnog once in my life. I did not like it. I have not. I'm talking. I probably had a tablespoon worth in my life, so I have no idea. However, if I do whiskey with coffee, ooh, right up front, Wild can't score. Kempfer's still looking strong, but probably yeah, Jack Daniels probably, like Bullet, Orange Label Bullet. Minnesota in, 2 seconds left. The Wild didn't score. LA has a chance. They got to not fuck up. I think Minnesota just got away with the trip, but big left save by Kempfer. I'm pretty sure Minnesota just got away with the trip. And face-off is happening right in front of Kemper. Yeah, if that didn't end up hitting dude's skate, that was deadly. Oh man. LA working their way up. That was interference, and that should have been an interference on Fiala. Rebound comes right up front after a shot. Empty net for LA. Byfield shoots. Whiffs. Dude, that, in my opinion, should have been that was a pick. Fiala laid a pick. The same one that happened for the first penalty. Or one of the first penalties. All right, icing, bringing the puck back down. Minute 48 to go in the third. Oh, dude, trying to stretch. I'm fucking dying here. I don't know what it is about my back, but I am dying right now. Face off to the right of Wallstedt. All the way around down the low boards, and it's going to go all the way back for another icing. Jesus Christ, never mind. I'm a big dude. I'm not a blob like that. God damn, dude. I got to pick a better angle. Battle. Minnesota wins it, and they're going to send it back down towards the empty net. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shit. Oh. Ow. Okay. Whew. And what do you know? The puck's frozen immediately again. Face off to the right. Oh, actually, you know what? I just noticed the subs, and I think I might have actually hit 150 finally. Yeah, hey, check that out. 150 subs. Sorry. LA trying to get it out of their zone. Minnesota can't score on the empty net. There's still a chance for LA with 70 seconds left on the clock to make their way back into the red line. Dumped in around. Wallstead settles it. Tries to take the low wall out. Knocked down by LA. Down on the low boards. To the point. Back to the low boards. Kopitar sending it down to the baseline. Back to Kopitar at the point. Down he shoots. Saved. Scored. LA. Kempy. Kempy just scored. Holy shit. I was expecting Minnesota to score on the power play. 100% I was expecting that. But as soon as they didn't, I told you there is a chance for LA. 45 seconds left to go in the game. Big shot from Doughty. Goes off Byfield. Goes off Byfield's knee and drops right to Kempy with a wide open net. All right. We're going to overtime. Minnesota dumps it into the LA zone. Kaprizov down, fighting for the puck. Boldy with him. LA is going to come away with it. Tossed ahead. Middleton. Passes it across. Under 30 seconds. Up to Minnesota. They're in. Boldy. Not able to chase it down. LA's going to go back the other way. Ooh, Minnesota lost the puck. And it didn't, nothing developed. So they're going to kill it. And we are going to overtime. Shots are 30-25, LA. And again, this game, we're kind of at where before going into this game, I didn't know much about Minnesota. But I thought LA would win 3-1, 4-1 with an empty netter. And then the game started, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty confident in that prediction. And then LA got 4 stupid-ass penalties, including a 5-on-3. And the next thing you know, it's 3-0. From that point to a couple minutes into the third period, the game sucked. Yeah, like that second period was so fucking hard to watch. But then we came back into the third period, and it was like, okay, LA scores. Uh-oh. And then LA scores, and it's like, oh, shit, we got ourselves a game. And I said it as soon as it was 3-2. As long as LA doesn't give Minnesota a power play, LA has a chance. They end up giving them a power play, shooting themselves in the foot again. But their penalty kill came through, and Kemper came through. Minnesota couldn't score. And again, I know I said it not that long ago, but as soon as they did not score on the power play, it was, uh-oh, this game's not over. And sure enough, here we are going into overtime in Minnesota, 3-3. And both, the first goal, Wallstedt shouldn't have gotten beat on, plain and simple. The other two, arguments can be made. Power play goal and a 6-on-5 goal, unfortunately. I said the biggest thing, and the reason I said LA will probably win unless they give Minnesota a power play is because Minnesota's only scored on power plays. They got to be like 3 for 6 by now, but they were 3 for 4 at one point. I heard Byfield and Doughty. And you got Faber, Kaprizov, and Eriksson Ek. All right, Byfield versus Eriksson Ek. Eriksson Ek wins it. Okay, it's Kempe with Byfield and Doughty. And then Faber, Kaprizov, and Eriksson Ek. Minnesota from their own zone. LA being aggressive with the pressure. Kaprizov from his own zone. Ahead to Eriksson Ek. A lot of circling back. Minnesota is not trying to rush this. Eriksson comes in with Faber. I thought Faber was going to shoot. He circles back. And he's going to come back out for a reset. Eriksson goes to the bench. Faber pressed all the way back. Boldy with him now. Back to Faber. He was trying to go for a change. Ends up kicking this puck back to him. A little bit of a dangerous play. Kaprizov's still there. Spurgeon back to Faber. Sorry, that's Boldy. Finally, Kaprizov goes back off the ice, or goes off the ice, and Boldy resets. Spurgeon heading in. Low circle, leaves it for Boldy and loses it. Minnesota immediately going on defense, which is not a bad decision, but LA fighting over the puck gives it up. Back into neutral. Minnesota back into the LA zone. Boldy at the low point. Sends it across the blue line. Working in. Shot. Good save. Kemper on the tough angle. Oh, Kemper's got an equipment issue. LA was finally ready to set up and his helmet came off. Yeah, Brodin came storming in and hit him right on the neck protector, the chin protector of the mask. Ended up unbuckling him. .319 to go in the overtime. Shots are 31-26 LA. That whistle was loud, and here we go again. Face off to the right at Kemper, I believe. Yep. Eriksson wins it over Kopitar. Kaprizov's just going to skate all the way back. They're really not being aggressive. They missed the pass right there. That was Eriksson fucking up. And here comes Kaprizov. Cutting it up, heading to the low wall. He stops. Looking for a place to go. Everybody's moving. He's still dancing with it. Pass it up ahead to Eriksson. Leave it on the high point, down the high wall. It ends up being tipped. Kemper plays it. Is LA going to come away with it? Yes, they are. Setting out of their own zone. They're finally going to have a chance to go the other way. Go for a change. They're going to stop at the blue line. Resetting back in their own zone. 2:20 to go in overtime. Kempe leaves it back. Byfield breaking into the zone. Back to Kempe. Shoots. Good block. Kaprizov. Byfield has it in the high corner. Under pressure. Gets it to the point and it's out. LA resetting to the red line. Kempe has it. Storming in. He's quick. Good enough pressure to make him circle. Good pass. What a move. Backhand. They got a penalty. Extra man coming on the ice for the Kings. What a stop, but what a move. I thought he had Wallstedt beat. 4-on-3 with 1:40 to go. Kempe down to Byfield. Low dot. Back to Kempe. Back to Byfield. Kempe. Big shot by Fiala. And Minnesota is going to touch up with 1:25 to go in overtime. We are going to an LA power play. After all the self-destruction coming out of the Kings, Minnesota goes and jumps on a grenade. Man, this definitely got a lot. Overtime is so fun. Like, I do like the 3-on-3, but I like golden goal playoff overtime. I mean, obviously it's playoff overtime, but I'd rather have 5-on-5 golden goal. Ooh, Spurgeon tried to chase down the puck, but he was not fast enough. All the way across to the top of the ice. 1:05 to go on the in the game. Good grief. Pass down to the low dot. That should have been a quick shoot. Top of the high circle. Point. Bottom dot. Good shot from the center. Big save. Puck comes right back out to Fiala. Top of the low circle. Low dot. All the way across, and he whiffs on the opportunity. Fiala. All the way back across, and a great stop by Wallstedt. 33 seconds to go. Back to the high dot. Up to the point. Dowdy looking. Or that's Kempe. All the way back to the low dot. High dot. Shot misses the net. Everybody was stumbling and fumbling, and he shot to the wrong side. Kempe passes it to the high dot. Fiala, after some stick handling, hits Wallstedt. Big stick by Middleton to knock the puck to the high corner. 6 seconds left to go in the game, in the overtime. Middleton trying to make a stop. Fiala looking for a place to go. Shot by Kempe. And we are going to a shootout. LA definitely trying to make it interesting there at the end, but they could not bury the puck. A couple of times they were they just shot it to the wrong spot, essentially, keeping it low when they should have gone high. You know, trying to go left when they should have gone right. Like a lot of pizza, you know, you French fried when you should have pizza situations. Shootout prediction, honestly, I'm not sure. Wallstedt has been fantastic heads up. So I'm going to take, but I don't think Minnesota can score. So I'll take LA winning the shootout. I think Wallstedt's been the better goalie. Except for the times where he wasn't. But, I mean, for the most part, like I said, heads up, he's been really, really good. But I don't think Minnesota can score. So I'll give it 2-1 LA. Let's see. Here goes Kaprizov. This is the one goal I'm expecting. Nope. LA wins it. Kempe now up for LA. Takes it off the dot, moving to his right. Cutting back across, quick shot, hits the pad of Wallstedt. He doesn't see the Wild up at any point. Hey, man, we all know that feeling, buddy. This game, like, I have some sympathy for the Minnesota fans right now because that was hard to watch. Just like what LA did to us. They were up 2, and then we got up 2, and in the third period, they came back and tied it and then beat us in a shootout. So, trust me, I got not quite as brutal as this, but we feel the pain. Buckwheat. There we go. Baldy up the right boards, cutting to the middle from distance. What a pathetic shot that was from Baldy. I think he whipped on it. I think he tried to go up, and he just nope. He tried. Okay, he tried to go 5-hole. He was too far out. He was too slow, too deliberate. That was all bad. Moore shoots. Goes between the legs of Wallstedt, and that's a save. I'm pulling for you, Baron. I would like to be slightly surprised. Tarasenko now working in, shoots, misses the net. I like when it's not that I want Minnesota to win, but I really enjoy when LA loses. I like when there's only certain teams I like when they lose, like LA, San Jose, Dallas, Florida, Tampa, Boston, Toronto, Seattle, Utah. Any teams that don't use that logo, I'm not a big fan of when they win, but I really like when LA loses. Just try to go backhand. Good stop by Wallstedt. He's pumped. Rossi. Let's go, Rossi. He scored. Minnesota wins it. Wait. I'm wrong. Minnesota's ahead. I forgot LA shot second. That's all. That's my bad. I probably just jinxed the shit out of Minnesota, but let's see it. Kuzmenko working his way in. Couple fakes, and Wallstedt makes the save. Minnesota wins it. See, I should have fought my gut instinct. My gut was that LA was going to win it, but I told you, Wallstedt has been the better goalie. Especially heads up, dude. Wallstedt is a very good heads up position player. You don't see his ears are locked to his shoulders, so he's twisting and he's not looking and chasing his head. He squares up and he trusts his legs. Nice. All right. Well, right on, fellas. I appreciate y'all hanging out. And there you go, Baron. As a fan, you get yourself a win. Not bad. But that wraps it up. I'm going to go do some stuff before I got to head out to the gym. And then start trying to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow for the BRB screen and the thumbnail for Calgary. I mean, they're the Flames, so you got to put something flaming on there, but it's not a lot of space to fit their whole team. All right. I'm out of here. Baron, appreciate you joining me. Jesus, as always, good seeing you. We got 6 o'clock tomorrow, Vegas and Calgary. So keep an eye out for that one. We will be here. Depending on what other games, I haven't looked at them. Depending on what other games are happening, all the stuff I get done with, we'll take a look and see. Maybe we'll do a doubleheader. But for now, 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I hope to see y'all there. Good night, everybody.